Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great and wonderful day and a wonderful Thanksgiving. Although you guys probably won't be watching my videos that much, probably because you're enjoying with your family and doing Thanksgiving, which, by all means, go and do so. I will be here later the next day. However, I decided to at least post 2 videos, possibly 3, for you guys to enjoy. We have a video today that is pertaining to a Los Angeles, California mayor. Yes, I know, Democratic mayor, and we're seeing that the Democrats are as evil as they come, because they obviously are using their power to intimidate citizens. Oh, you think I'm lying? Well, this mayor, Jessica Kona, didn't like this citizen criticizing her on what she was doing. So, due to this, she thought it would be a great and criminal idea to, sent a gang member after her. Yeah, that's right. She sent a gang member after a citizen. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with the Democrats at all, but all I can think of is that they're just evil, demonstrous people that deserve no part of power at all. Because when they do, it seems that they use the power nefariously. They go after citizens and they take down many other citizens, as we've seen throughout this video or on my channel, to where they just have no care in the world. Here is I'll be showing you clips here and there of this, evil mayor / Democrat.
I felt I had every right to call her out on her behavior.
El Monte resident Gabby Leos makes it very clear how she feels about Mayor Jessica Ancona.
You're a disgrace. You're disrespectful.
She accuses Mayor Ancona of using her power and position to try to silence and intimidate her.
I don't understand how a person in her position can spend so much time wanting to retaliate and harass a resident.
Well, my faithful California citizen, by combat and arms, the way to understand is that the Democrats, are evil people. Let's put that foremost. I mean, the Republicans are definitely bad as well. They just like to murder and go in warmongering all the time and get the money from, killing people, so they're not much better. But the Democrats have a different play. See, what they do is that, the Republicans will go after other people that are not part of the country and stuff like that. The Democrats, they'll go after their own people. It doesn't matter who they are. Citizens, friends, family, they don't care, because that's kind of how the Democrats work. And the way it is that you're starting to understand here is that this person, this lady, this Jessica maniac, does not care about you. This is how they operate. Time for you to start understanding on how they work, and maybe leave California, because that might be the very first good step you could do in your life.
The bad blood started in 2022 when Ancona ran for a second term. Leos, a longtime community activist and volunteer with the city, says she was distributing these flyers for a meeting about traffic safety. But she says Mayor Ancona assumed she was campaigning for her opponent and allegedly yelled at her.
Here we have a typical Democrat authoritarian figure really just coming in and, expressing their power against others. It's completely common for the Democrats to take something they know nothing about and then go after somebody that they know nothing about and then cause mayhem and destruction along the way that they can do. Because we know that the Democrats lie, we know the Democrats steal, we know the Democrats do everything illegal in the book, and this is just a common thing for them. But, of course, this person has to be a child, as they all are, since they can't seem to grasp that just because they are your enemy doesn't give you the right to go after them like a wild hyena, alright? This is not what we do in civilized countries. We do not attack our political opponents. But, of course, this is all part of the course for Democrats. They have to attack their political opponents, because what else would not make them feel more authoritative and powerful in their own very own habitat?
I showed her the flyers and I said, these are stop flyers. And then she turned around and she goes, well, I wouldn't put it past you. And I thought, whoa, like, where's that coming from?
Angered by that encounter, Leos went home and wrote a long email addressed to the mayor and the city council. In that strongly worded email, Leos called Ancona a chola and a couple of other words we can't say on the news.
She sent the email to my job. She reached out to a liaison at my company, and she forwarded them the email.
According to a lawsuit filed against the city of El Monte and Mayor Ancona, repeated phone calls were made to the plaintiff's employer by Mayor Ancona, alleging that Leos was criticizing her on social media while on company time and that she was representing the utility company she works for. That allegation led to Leos being the focus of a 6-month ethics investigation.
Now we have it where this mayor, this lunatic, this authoritarian, power-hungry maniac is going after this woman's job. It's almost like these people have no sense of right and wrong. The only thing that they have is just the ability to destroy people's lives, because, of course, if they're being criticized, if they're being judged by anything at all, their first thing to go is to let me ruin their life illegally, because, you know, this is just something that they have to do. We're seeing here today that Democrats just do not have the adult mentality to take criticism and combat with other opinions of their own to combat the person. No, they have to go into criminality in order to do this type of stuff. It's really insane on how this is actually going out here, that we're seeing just a Democrat person just completely going after the citizen after, you know, she was criticized, and and this is all from just having an uninformed opinion of what was going on, because she was going to be running against her. Even though that wasn't happening, but even if it was, why the hostility here?
I mean, to go after my employer, my livelihood, she didn't take none of that into consideration, used her power as a mayor to try and pull her weight to terminate me, to get me terminated.
We contacted Mayor Ancona for comment on this story, but she declined to respond to the allegations.
This is a typical normal move from the Democrats. They tend to not respond or make any comment when they are being judged or attacked. This is just normal part of the course for them. So if you want them to respond after, you know, doing something heinous, illegal, or what have you, they just won't respond. So don't try contacting them, because they won't respond at all. And if they do, it will probably be something terrifyingly evil on their behalf.
This case really comes down to, you know, the right to criticize government officials and not be retaliated against.
Attorney David Torres Segrest is representing Leos. He says when the mayor couldn't get his client fired, she banned Leos from volunteering for any city-related events.
She, the mayor, verbally told everyone that my client used my client's name, was not to be a volunteer in any way, shape, or form within the city of El Monte ever again.
Among the claims of retaliation in the lawsuit, Leos claims Mayor Ancona sent a public works crew to paint the curb red outside of her house.
They came and they tried to minimize the amount of space that I have in front of my house so that I don't have parking space for my cars.
This mayor is completely 100% out of control. She is going after her job. She is putting down red marks so she doesn't have a place to park her car so they can tow her car away. She is doing everything in her power to make sure this person has a worst, horrible living life as possible. How this person is not being honestly fired or arrested for this is beyond me. I mean, LA is just beyond corrupt, all right? California is corrupt. And then not only that they had tried to take her job away and, you know, tow her car away and ruin other things, they also tried to volunteering for events. They banned her from doing these city events, volunteering for them. It's insanity. This mayor, the FBI needs to just come and take her away, but we all know how corrupt the FBI is, so there's not much hope there. But the mayor is just doing everything possible illegally to ruin this woman's life. It's just incredible that this is going on.
Leo spotted, and the red curb is on pause for now. But a few months ago at a public event, something else happened involving the mayor.
Out in public, she sends a known gang member from El Monte Flores to intimidate my client.
Mayor Ancona, seen here wearing a green top, appears to motion to the tall man wearing the number 92 jersey. He points his finger and then walks over to Leos, who is recording on her phone.
Hey, why are you recording her?
Leos explains that she's recording because the mayor's friends were recording her.
Do you know that this mayor right here, she called my job and tried to get me fired? Did you know that? He tells me that he's from, a gang in our neighborhood. And at that point, I kind of stopped filming.
Well, the person that comes up to the camera, I recognize as a person by the moniker of Tall.
El Monte Police Chief Jake Fisher won't get into the battle between the mayor and the resident, but he does confirm the identity of the man seen with Mayor Ancona.
He's a known, verified local street gang member who recently was released or put on probation, federal probation, after being in federal prison for some time.
Yes, this guy is very dangerous, and I am actually concerned for the citizens' livelihood, as the mayor is literally sitting a gang member after somebody because of the criticism that she was being given, right? And the others are like, oh, I won't get involved. Why are you not getting involved? You know who this gang member is. You know he's a federal, he's been in federal prison, and you're seeing your mayor being a complete authoritarian piece of garbage, and he could easily go up and end up doing something to this citizen here. It's insane. No, do your job and keep a strong, watchful eye on the citizen, so you make sure that she doesn't have something go horribly wrong with her. This is insanity to the highest order. You need to do your job. You know that this mayor is being nefarious, is being evil, and abusing her power. Probably the most abusive power that I've seen yet, besides Biden and going after Trump. So I don't see how this is even remotely okay at all. Do your job.
For Leos, that confirmation concerns her. She keeps wondering, what is next?
You've now crossed so many lines with me because I called you a chola. I criticized you for your behavior, and this is the extent you're going to? When is she going to stop?
That was Gina Silva reporting. Fox 11 received a response from Mayor Ancona's attorneys. Quote, the court currently has our client's motion to dismiss plaintiff's complaint under submission. We'll have no further comment until the court has ruled on this motion, but are confident that the facts will support our position that there is no liability on the part of the city or the mayor.
We should find out soon, says Gina. The second amended complaint was filed on November 5th, and a response is due on December 4th.
Yeah, that you guys are not responsible. I'm not quite sure what you're not responsible for, but I do know you're responsible for harassing this woman, putting her life in danger, and doing everything illegal in the book, so that way for what reason? For your, for something that you misinterpreted as something being bad, or going after your job, or going for mayor. I don't even know if there's even elections going on in LA, but as corrupt as LA is, this is probably one of the worst things that I've seen so far, coming from a authoritative figure besides our own president at alone. This is bad. This is worse than the previous person, where the person was was stealing money for the citizens. It's worse than that. So I cannot fathom that this is actually going on here. These Democrats, these authoritarian people, are completely out of control, and something needs to be dealt with them. They need to be handled with, because I can't deal with this anymore. These citizens can't deal with this anymore, and this is going to be another reason why people are going to be going for red, because at the end of the day, if people are seeing these these mayors, these Democratic figures do this type of stuff, they're really gonna be switching their tune. They're gonna be switching their going a thing of a different party that may not be jeopardizing their lives. This woman will most likely have to leave the city of LA just for her own safety. Probably the state would be a better option here, so that way she really can't have any type of threats. Maybe go to Florida, maybe go to Texas, Tennessee, some other place that your life is just not threatened by this lunatic of authoritative, power-hungry mayor. It's insane. Well, guys, put your comments down below. I really want to know your guys' opinions on this one. This is insane. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.